I have an interview at Chick-fil-A today, but I'm gonna go there and tell them, hey, I have this job that I'm doing for door-to-door sales starting May 2nd or May 1st. So probably, where's May 2nd? Probably not the play. But God is a God of upgrades. He's merciful. He's understanding. Like when you've been building and working on things, He is mighty to rescue and save. I got to do some cleansing of my email today, and I found this one guy. Who has this membership site? And it kind of made me think, like I probably need to get something set up like that. I do like calls and all that stuff. I think that would help me to be a lot more useful to the world. Because like the value you put on yourself is more or less how people are gonna see you. I have a friend who his goal last year was really to get his coaching business off the ground, and it took a little bit of time. He had to put in a lot of work and certainly a lot of prayer and working on things. But then he was able to get one client who was willing to pay him $2,000 for 6 months. He did a good job with that guy. And then, yeah, after you get one, that's usually a lot of the answer. You just have to be able to get one. And then sky's the limit from there. Now he has multiple streams of income, making him like 99 or more dollars a month. And it's like an infinite game. Literally, it's an infinite game. I think it's a beautiful thing when you can play and see that life is an infinite game and you can impact how much you make. You can make your time work for you. You can use your gifts to bless others. You don't even have to be in this super well place or anything like that. I think I have been so lazy and just not very decisive or proactive about making this kind of stuff happen. This is something that we we see on a day-to-day basis. Is that there's plenty of love in the world. Happy Wizard said summer's coming. That is correct. I'll be doing door-to-door sales during the summer. That'll be a gnarly time. Where's my Bible? This room. Oh, there it is. Yeah, summer's coming. Oh my goodness. This we just have to laugh. That's literally all we can do. Like literally this desk is such a complete mess. All right. This is all we can do is laugh about this cuz this is like so temporary. There's all the stuff I wanted to get done this week. We've gotten a couple of them done. So, once upon a time there was a bunch of books and stuff here. They all fell off. We'll probably read a little bit from Start With Why today. Help from doing a great day. Hoarder, I mean, you can say that. This room is really small. It's a really small room. There's literally no room for clothes. Like, this is literally all I have. You can call me whatever you want, though. It's a free country. Your room's probably a lot smaller than mine, I'm willing to bet. Like, literally, this is all I have for clothes. So, I keep praying about it. Like, obviously, I need to get rid of some stuff. Yeah. You can say whatever you want. Like I said, it's a free country. We're slowly getting rid of stuff. I have some stuff I'm taking to the thrift store today. So, I'm going to be heading out to, yeah, you need to leave. You're a waste of my time. Yeah. Don't have to put up with that. So, I agree. We do have to be more more manly, put away the childish things. It's talked about in 1 Corinthians 13. Put away childish things. Today is I think it's day like 33 of, yeah, I don't know. There's just no respect, no love, no respect. That guy's probably like his dog probably died or something. And I understand, but like we're just no. Not feeding the troll today. Today's been good. I think one of my main goals was like to create before I consume. So I did that today. We're doing this. I did a little bit of cleaning on my email and I did some writing. Then I need to do some work on some sales stuff for the sales team to be working on. And yeah, that's kind of it. Probably gonna go do some running. Need to do some running. Slim Shady, what's up? I hope you're well. We just have some cinnamon and spice oatmeal, which is not my favorite. But yeah, I'm not gonna put up with any of the. See, the beautiful thing is once you make enough money, like you can close off you can close off your life, a good portion of it. Because then you don't feel like you have to go to work, you don't have to do other stuff because you have other streams of income figured out. Like Justin Welsh is the perfect example. If he doesn't want to talk to somebody, he doesn't ever have to talk to them ever. Whereas if you're in like kind of a more desperate, if you would like to say, situation, you might feel like you have to talk to people or you feel like this scarcity. I'm not in a relationship like that right now. I'd like to be in a relationship. So I can come off as needy sometimes, but end of the day, you just do what you do. I mean, this is a part of my life. We show up on here, do a quick little 30-minute live stream. We're just vibing. And we're not entertaining any of the broken, my just, yeah, guy was super rude. Just saying all these, he's telling me to shut up and clean up and all that other stuff. I was like, yeah, we're not entertaining that energy. Just not. I mean, just because it's the internet, you can say whatever you want. I mean, doesn't mean you have to say whatever you want. But anyway, yeah, we have the oatmeal. You have a granola bar. We have this granola bar. That basically constitutes breakfast. And probably I do need to drink some water. So probably drink, for 75 hard, I need to drink 5 of these guys. 5 of these guys in a day. So we'll probably drink 2 right now, maybe. I don't have to go to the bathroom, but that's kind of how this goes. It's getting sunnier, so, but yeah, first impressions are pretty important. I think for me, I sometimes try to do too much, but it is what it is. I just feel like obviously my dreams and goals aren't in alignment with what's actually happening. So I have to be more patient. I was reading from some of my journal entries from a year ago around today, and it was really humbling to hear myself talk about certain things as if it was the end of the world. And I was just kind of like, I look at it now and I'm like, nah, dude, like, some of the worst case scenario ended up happening in a way, but life is still good. Life's still a blessing. So, but yeah, the training was good. Got to go to lunch or dinner yesterday. That was nice. Not the biggest fan of this cinnamon and spice oatmeal. That's okay. Yeah, I'm really thinking we're going to plan is to do some running after this. Change. Yep. Probably clean up a little bit. At the end of the day, too, like all like the negative feedback, it can be not necessarily it can be a positive because it was given from that negative energy, but you can use it to your advantage. And there is some truth to it too. Like my room obviously is messy, but I don't know. It's like there's so little room in that room. If I literally like, I mean, you have to have shirts, clothes, undergarments, sweater. I mean, like if you wanted to have all the things, like you, like I don't know. It's ridiculous. You're at the McDonald's drive-through, and I think a big back was in front of me. He took 27 minutes to get his food. That's crazy. I hope you had a podcast or something interesting while that was happening. That's wild. Yeah, time is more valuable than money, people. I've certainly wasted a fair amount of my life. Can't get it back. You gotta you gotta value your time more. What you do, what you see, what you talk about. All that. It all connects. I mean it all connects. It all it all connects. So it all just testifies of I mean everything. I mean literally everything. It all goes into everything that you see, hear, do, all that stuff. So yeah, I mean that's all this is. I mean we're literally I can't expect anything really from this because all I'm really doing is eating oatmeal and showing up. That's all I'm doing. But so far today's had a better balance to it, which is good. Balance is important. This is the 21 grams of protein. This is the real champion snack. I need to get some onboarding stuff done, some banking stuff done for the door-to-door company I'm going to be working for, and a couple other things I need to do today too. But overall, can't complain. Life's a gift. Better you get at showing up, the better life will get. That's the truth. Get better at showing up, get better at taking criticism, get better at bouncing back when you're feeling stressed or tempted. I mean, life just gets better. Better at keeping your word, better at showing up, all that stuff. End of the day, I'm in gratitude. There's a quote that says, I don't regret anything, but the quote says, no amount of regret will change the past, no amount of worry will change the future, but any amount of gratitude will change the present. So, grateful for this granola bar, grateful for this oatmeal. Yeah, grateful for all the little blessings. It's just like you can be a creator of your circumstances or you can be a creature of your circumstances. I learned this on my mission. Remember one of my areas we got to like serve and stuff, our apartment was kind of messy. And I just kind of got used to it. But then maybe cleaned it a little bit. But then when I had a new missionary companion that I was living with and stuff, he walked in and he's like, this can be changed. And he was willing to be a creator of his circumstances. If you look at like the long view, the one who was willing to change his circumstances there ended up having marriage and having all these other better things happen. Whereas the guy who wanted to keep things the same, just kind of wanted the status quo, not the same. They're on different timelines. They might be aligned in one season, but then they separate. Same thing with Kobe, rest in peace. He was way behind his peers when he was like a teenager, but then he started working out like 3 times a day as like a teenager, and within like 2 years he'd like surpassed like all of them. I mean, that takes a lot of work, and that's what a lot of this comes down to at the end of the day, is work. Yeah, but if you're willing to do that, you'll be chilling, you'll be fine. I'm mostly getting better at like when you have a thought, to like act on the thought. That's like a good thought. To like bring you closer where you'd like to go. So at the end of the day, I mean, you just gotta be more intentional. But I looked at it, it's like, how could I have responded better? I don't know. The thing is, I was acknowledging that guy's comment and he was still continuing to throw shade at me. I don't know. When you're throwing shade at somebody, I don't know. Yep. So I think we'll drink the rest of this water. And then, we're doing okay. I mean, rent's due in 5 days and I don't have the money, which is frustrating, but it's okay. We're showing up on here. We show up on here 30 minutes a day, just chat about life and how things are going. There's one. I like to consider myself as a very mission-focused individual. And in some ways, it feels like I'm not really doing super great at fulfilling my life mission. So in some ways, like, you can't afford to base your happiness and joy and peace of mind in the moment on outcomes. But it's easy to do so. It could be a lot better. Like, the way I see it, it's like there's like this top tier, way higher version of myself where I don't need to do daily live streams. I'm just vibing. I have like a course. I have a bunch of books. I'm speaking all over the world. Even if I'm not married, I'm just vibing. There's that side. And there's all the way down here where I'm homeless, broke, drugs, horrible life. Life sucks. Not life sucks, but just not living up to my potential. Using my mighty brain to stay stuck. Then we have somewhere where I'm at right now, which is somewhere in the middle. Which is like, things are okay, but could be a whole lot better. Learning to trust God more. Learning more that to start early is the plan. That is the play. That is the best thing you can do. Mario, what's up? Hope you're okay. Lucina Granovar. It's gonna be a good day. Come late. We've been going for 20 minutes. I didn't really have a planned time. I just had done some writing on my email. Bad mood. I mean, I got ghosted by a girl. I mean, do you want me to give you all the reasons? You can come up with a reason to be in a good mood or a bad mood. I'm just not gonna fake it. Like, I'm not gonna be like so pumped and hype about nothing. Like, nothing really super great has happened super recently. I did get to go to lunch pretty recently, or dinner with some people really recently, which is fun. But it just kind of showed me recently that I have a lot of work to do. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. I'm also not gonna let other people's bad vibes affect how I'm doing. There were some people that jumped on the stream earlier that were really critical of me, which is fine. It's just a waste of time. Yeah. Overall, things are okay. At the end of the day, we're showing up for me and we're seeking to get to a better place. I mean, as long as you know you're working towards something bigger or higher, and that you're willing to show up and trust the process. I mean, that's really all you need is trusting the process and stuff. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of things I could say that are it's kind of a waste of time to rehearse all that stuff though. Time's more valuable than money. We can read a couple pages of this guy. I'm trying to remember where we even were. Oh yeah, we were at the Golden Circle. We were at a tiny bit from Golden Circle. Let's see. Oh yeah, we were talking about people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. That's where we were last time. I mean, I think another thing that like probably throwing off my energy a little bit is I haven't really gone outside or moved around a ton yet today. That's probably another thing. Just seeing what we. Yeah, we'll just start. We can just start from here. We'll probably read like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages maybe. It's all the podcast. But my audio one on Apple or my newsletter, something like that. Worth repeating. People don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it. Apple's ability to design such innovative products so consistently. We're on the top of page 42. Oh, that's cool. Wow, did you give that a listen? Their ability to command such astounding loyalty for their products comes from more than simply what they do. The problem is, organizations use the tangible features and benefits to build a rational argument for why their company, product, or idea is better than another. Sometimes those comparisons are made outright, sometimes analogies or metaphors are drawn. But the effect is the same. Companies try to sell us on what they do, but we buy why they do it. This is what I mean when I say they communicate from the outside in. They lead with what and not how. When communicating from the inside out, however, the why is offered as the reason to buy, and the what serve as the tangible proof of that belief. The things we can point to, rationalize, or explain the reasons we're drawn to one product, company, or idea over another. What companies do are external factors, but why they do it is something deeper. In practical terms, there's nothing special about Apple. It's just a company like any other. There's no real difference between Apple and any of its competitors. Dell, HP, Gateway, Toshiba, pick one, it doesn't matter. They all make computers, they all have some systems that work and some that don't. They all have equal access to the same talent, the same resources, the same agencies, the same consultants, and the same media. They all have some good managers, some good designers, some smart engineers. They all make some products that work well and some that don't, even Apple. Why then does Apple have such a disproportionate level of success? You gotta go? No worries. Good seeing you, Maru. Hope you have a good day. And hope the podcast is always helpful for you if you listen to one of them. Appreciate you. Why are they more innovative? Why are they consistently more profitable? How did they manage to build such a coldish, loyal following, something very few companies are able to achieve? Ooh, we have Korean words. That looks like Korean. Hello. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This is the reason Apple has earned a remarkable level of flexibility. People are obviously comfortable buying a computer from Apple, but people are also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from them, or a cell phone, or a DVR. Consumers and investors are completely at ease with Apple offering so many different products in so many different categories. It is not what Apple does that distinguishes them, it is why they do it. Their products give life to their cause. I'm not so foolhardy as to propose that their products don't matter. Of course they do. But it's the reason they matter that is contrary to the conventional wisdom. Their products unto themselves are not the reason Apple is perceived as products are not. Where the heck are we? Perceived superiors. Their products, what Apple makes, serve as a tangible proof of what they believe. It is that clear correlation between what they do and why they do it that makes Apple stand out. This is the reason we perceive Apple as being authentic. Everything they do works to demonstrate their why, to challenge status quo. Regardless of the products they make or industry in which they operate, it is always clear that Apple thinks different. When Apple first came out with the Macintosh, having an operating system based on a graphical interface and not a complicated computer language challenged how computers worked at the time. What's more, where most technology companies saw their biggest marketing opportunity among businesses, Apple wanted to give an individual sitting at home the same power as any company. Apple's why, to challenge the status quo, to empower the individual, is a pattern that they repeat in all they say and do. It comes to life in their iPod, even somewhere in iTunes, a service that challenges the status quo of the music industry. Distribution model was better suited to how individuals consume music. So that's good. I mean, it just shows Apple's why, challenge the status quo, empower the individual. And you can kind of see that throughout their products. It makes sense. The music industry was organized to sell albums, a model that evolved during a time when listening to music was largely an activity we did at home. Sony changed that in 1979 with the introduction of the Walkman, but even the Walkman, later the Discman, was limited to the number of cassette tapes or CDs you could carry in addition to the device. The development of the MP3 music format changed all that. Digital compression allowed for a very high quantity of songs to be stored on a relatively inexpensive and highly portable digital musical devices. I remember my dad had a Walkman he let me use a couple times. Or he let me have it at one point too, but those things are pretty obsolete now. Our ability to walk out of the house with only one easy-to-carry device transformed music into something we largely listen to away from home. The MP3 not only changed where we listen to music, it also transformed us from an album collecting culture to a song collecting culture. While the music industry was still busy trying to sell us albums, a model that no longer suited consumer behavior, Apple introduced their iPod by offering us 1,000 songs in our pocket. With the iPod and iTunes, Apple did a much better job of communicating the value of both the MP3 and the MP3 player relative to how we lived our lives. Their advertising didn't offer exhaustive descriptions of product details. It wasn't about them, it was about us. We understood why we wanted it. That's good. Yeah, we understood why we wanted it. I mean, it just goes to show, like, if you're communicating to your customer and they understand what you're talking about, and there's like that alignment, it's like a beautiful thing. Yeah, when you understand each other's needs, it's good. Apple did not invent the MP3, nor did they invent the technology that became the iPod, yet they are credited with transforming the music industry with it. The multi-gigabyte portable hard drive musical player was actually invented by Creative Technology Ltd., a Singapore-based technology company that rose to prominence by making the Sound Blaster audio technology that enables home PCs to have sound. In fact, Apple didn't introduce the iPod until 22 months after Creative's entry into the market. This detail alone calls into question the assumption of a first mover advantage. Given their history in digital sound, Creative was more qualified than Apple to introduce a digital music product. The problem was they advertised the product as a 5 gigabyte MP3 player. It is exactly the same message as Apple's 1,000 songs in your pocket. The difference is Creative told us what their product was, 5 gigabyte MP3 player, and Apple told us why we needed it. Only later, once we decided we had to have an iPod, did the what matter. We chose the 5 gigabyte version, 10 gigabyte version, and so on. The tangible details that proved we could get the 1,000 songs in our pocket. Our decision started with why, and so did Apple's offering. How many of us can say with certainty that indeed an iPod is actually better than Creative Zen? iPods, for example, are still plagued with battery life and battery replacement issues. Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm sitting on a couch. uh, iPods, for example, are still plagued with battery life and battery replacement issues. They tend to just die. Maybe Zen is better. The reality is we don't even care if it is. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. It is Apple's clarity of why that gives such a remarkable ability to innovate, often competing against companies seemingly more qualified than they, and succeed in industries outside the core business. Yeah, we're just chilling. Yeah. I think that probably does it for reading from Start With Why. Nobody's here. Nobody cares. Um, it's fine. Uh, it's a good book, though. It's a good book. And we're over 30 minutes, so yeah. Anyway, just the last little thought here is just like God's a God of upgrades, so trust Him. Keep showing up. Don't count yourself out so quickly, and be more patient with yourself because this is early game. Um, things will get better, but you do have to be able to handle the opposition without folding. If you're playing basketball and your opposition is getting in your face and trying to prevent you from taking a shot, well, you might not take the shot. You might lose the game. You have to be decisive. You have to be willing to act. You have to be willing to do stuff. Same thing goes with Satan, is he just wants to throw you off your game and do anything he can to throw you off your game. And I've certainly experienced that. But we just do what we can. It's difficult to stop somebody or break somebody that is committed to keep trying and showing up. So, anyway, we'll do it again tomorrow. Probably be feeling better, but end of the day, we're just kind of showing up. No worries, no stress. Actually, there's some worries and there is some stress, but that's okay. We'll keep going. And we choose to be optimistic and choose to learn from all these things and to be better. So, yeah. We'll just keep going. That's it. It's too early to quit.